Today we'll see the last uh, protocol for concurrency control. And this protocol is also ensuring the serializability of the concurrent transactions. Okay. So what are the protocol we have seen just now is uh, the first one is the lock-based protocol, in which we have seen two-phase locking. In that, we have seen there are growing phase and there are shrinking phase. Then, and it says that when there is a growing and shrinking phase and in the two-phase locking, it is suffering with the deadlock. So about the deadlock, we'll see shortly. Next was the timestamp based protocol, in which each and every transaction which entered into the system will be allotted one timestamp. The data has been also allotted two type of timestamp. One is the read timestamp, another is the write timestamp. Read timestamp when the data will be read by some transaction. That time, the transaction time will be allotted to the data, that is called read time. Second is the write time. The same thing will happen to the data when some transaction will write on the data, and the timestamp of that transaction will be allotted as a write timestamp to the data. Then we have seen validation based protocol, in which we have start, then we have validate and finish. Three parts are there, in which in the validation will validate if the transaction or if the read write operation is ensuring the serializability or not. If it is not, then we'll roll back it. Otherwise, we'll go to the next step, which is called finish, in which we modify the database. The next ordering protocol, or next protocol which ensure the concurrent system to produce the consistent data, is called multi-version timestamp based protocol. Multi-version and timestamp both are attached here. Let's talk about this particular protocol and we'll see how it works. So in one multi-version database system, each write operation create a new version of X. When a read X operation is issued, the system select one of the version of X to be read. The selected version must ensure serializability. With each transaction TI in the system associated a unique static timestamp denoted as ESTI. With each data item X, the sequence of version X1, X2 up to Xn is associated. Each version XK contains three data fields. Content, it is the value of XK. Write timestamp, it is the timestamp of the transaction that created version of XK. And read timestamp, it is the largest timestamp of any transaction that successfully read that particular version of XK. Now let's see what happened into this type of protocol. So if we have a data item X, so it says that in the multi-version timestamp ordering protocol, whenever a transaction TI issued the write request, a version will be created. If another transaction TJ issued the write request, and then after the write request, another version of X will be created. So there are different version of X that is created. And each version of X has three parts. The first part is the content, means the actual data of X. Second part is the write timestamp, means X1, when X1 has been written. And then read timestamp, when X1 will be read by some transaction. Okay. So what happened here? If any transaction is requesting a write operation. After the write operation is successfully done, a new version of X will be created. When a transaction want a read operation, that read operation will be executed, and it will read the version of X. Let's say there are some 4 version of X. So which X will be read by this read operation will be take care in such a way so that the serializability will be maintained. And when we'll do the read operation, and let's say this X3 has been read, so the timestamp of TJ will be allotted to the read timestamp of this version, which is X3. Getting it? So this version has been read. So timestamp, because TJ has read it, so TJ's timestamp will be allotted to this, as well as we have to see that which is a larger one. Whether already having the timestamp of a read is large, or just now the transaction who issued the read request has the largest timestamp. So whatever the largest is allotted to read timestamp. And the write timestamp means who is creating that version, that transaction's timestamp will be allotted to the write timestamp as to this particular data or the version of that particular data. So I think it is clear to all of you. So we have what? We have some variation here, like we have the data X, but multiple version of X will be created. When it will be created? When any transaction issued the write request, then only this is created. Now, what about timestamp? So we know that when a transaction comes to the system, a timestamp will be allotted. When TI has done the write operation and a new version, let's say 2, is created, so the timestamp, which is a write timestamp of X2, will be same as the timestamp of TI. That is very clear from the last class also. When some other transaction is there, let's say TJ requested the read operation, and that some same X2 will be read by the system. So the read timestamp of X2 will be equal to the timestamp of TJ if the write timestamp is already less than that. If it is greater than that, then there will be no changes. If it is less than that, then the timestamp of TJ will be given to the read timestamp of X2. Right? So up to this, we have learned that part. Now let's go to the next part. Now the next part says, what next part says? The next part says that a transaction TI creates a new version XK of data item X by issue a write X operation. What is saying? It is saying that whenever a transaction TI create a new version of XK, the data item X issued the write operation on it, then only it can create the X. The content field of the version holds the value of written by TI, that is the content version. The value of X will be there. The write timestamp and read timestamp and initiated as TI. The write timestamp value is updated whenever a transaction TJ read the content X in this particular fashion. Means read timestamp of XK should be less than the timestamp of TJ, then only the timestamp of TJ will be allotted. Suppose that TJ issue a read request and write request operation. Let xk denotes the version of x whose write timestamp is the largest write timestamp less than or equal to TSTJ, which is the largest timestamp but less than or equal to the transaction of TJ. If transaction TJ issue a read request, then what will happen? Value return is the content of the version xk, right? So when TJ will issue a read timestamp, then the version will be allotted to this read operation. If the transaction TJ is issuing the write operation, then what will happen? If timestamp of TJ is less than read timestamp, then the transaction is rollback. What is the meaning of this? The meaning is you are the older transaction. Some newer transaction already read the version. Then if you'll write on X, it is of no use. Means it will be absolute value. So the write operation is not allowed. Are you getting it? I'm repeating once again. You are the older version, older transaction, and you want to write on X, but already newer transaction already read the data. So you are not allowed to write on it. Why? Because your value will be absolute value or the old value. Hence, TJ will be rolled back. Otherwise, if this condition doesn't hold, then that write timestamp of X will be allotted as the timestamp of TJ. The content X are overwritten. Otherwise, a new version will be created. So a new version will be created or the XK version will be overwritten based on who is updating that particular data. So if the same transaction is updating the data, so same version will be there, but the value will be updated. And if other transaction is writing it, so a new version will be created. This is all about multi-version timestamp ordering protocol. And these two are the condition. If a transaction issue a read request, can we allow? If a transaction issue a write request, can we allow? These are the condition. And based on that, we follow these condition. And based on that, we can say that the multi-version timestamp is providing us the serializability, and for n number of transaction to execute concurrently, it will help us.